So my name is Alex Olwal. I'm a research scientist at the Department for Human-Computer Interaction at KTH. And someone said that they're focusing on looking at imaging and working with images. My focus is looking at the interactive capabilities, so the user interface, the techniques that we can apply to help you understand the imagery that you get, how to collaborate with them, how to spread the knowledge across distances and so on. So this is more a little bit general introduction about our work. Wow, so there's some weird artifacts. Huh, okay. So my work deals a lot with looking at display systems. So what kind of displays allow new types of user interfaces? All right, never mind. What kind of sensing allows us to understand where things are, what we're doing, how can we provide input into the system. So one example in Kenneth's presentation, he showed an electromagnetic system to track a probe, an ultrasound probe, and that is something that is that's kind of one of the many technologies that we use in terms of knowing where things are and how to present information, providing input from the users. But maybe the most interesting part is interaction techniques. So when we have some information that we're interested in, what kind of tools and techniques do we use to reason about them and interact with them? So I'm going to go through very quickly a few examples. So we had a number of projects that were funded that deal with looking at existing limited information sources and see how we can apply information visualization and interaction to make that do things a little bit more clever with them. These are sort of a number of situations that we're looking at. So both examinations, things that happen pre-operatively, what can we do in terms of providing these tools, what things can we actually bring into the surgery room in terms of actually during the operation, what can we do afterwards or during education. And the overall goal is always to look at ways in which we can use this technology for more efficient, safe, better quality, and improved experience of in these procedures. So one example is this interface. I should mention, I can't show any videos or show any demos, but I actually brought some stuff with me, which you can see or try out in the next break. So one set of tools, we're looking at touchscreen interaction, pen-based interactions for diagnosis and kind of being a little bit more fluid in how you work with medical imagery. We've looked at ways in which we could create a very cheap radiology station. So this is a combination of a rear projected display that's very low res, and we have a tracked mobile device that's very high res, but only in this region. So we get 10 times the resolution in this area that we have on the projection. So you get a sort of, as you move this mobile device around, you get a very high resolution screen, but only one small part at a time. We had a project that also Jonas was involved with, which is called Funkis, looking at medical team meetings. How can we enhance communication, interactivity, work with people at a distance? So this is actually down here in Gastrocentrum. Here's a projection from Solna with some participants. We have the batteries out. We have some radiologists here at the workstation. They present material, and a number of medical experts kind of reason about the imagery and deciding on what measures to take. So here we've been working with different tools, mobile devices, iPads, that could be distributed both to the audience and to people at a distance. And then we have a synchronized view. So whatever each participant does is synchronized with that projection. So multiple people can point to things, annotate things together, and kind of more interactively collaborate around the data. This is kind of typical for our workflow. We work very much with the users. So here's a radiologist that's in my lab. We're looking at a number of different tools to manipulate this imagery. Some screenshots from our user studies. This is another project where we're looking at a big collaborative surface, multiple mobile devices that could be, again, at a distance, locally. Everything is synchronized, and I'll show you a demo of that later on. The last thing that I wanted to mention was some tools that you can use during surgery. So here we're actually looking at tracking things, a fluoroscope in the surgery room, and visualizing that in various ways in 3D, 2D, and so on. So this is together with Hans von Holst and Axel Nordberg here at STH. So I'll skip that, and the things that we're interested in you can find in the slides.
Say what you're interested in. That's a very important
Okay.
point.
Yeah, so basically we have kind of our background covers user interfaces, interactive computer graphics, visualization, and many different areas. And we have a lot of techniques, tools, hardware, and all sorts of stuff. Lots of students that are interested in working in medical domain and with medical problems. So if you have any ideas of things that kind of needs interactive tools and techniques, then please come to us and we can talk about that. Most of the material that I showed is available in live form, in videos and papers on this URL. So it's my last name. And I'll show some stuff in the break for you. All right. Thank you.